guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. For tuning in. So we're going to continue to, we're going to finish up our monthly worksheet in our June workbook. But first I want to show you, this has like kind of like a faux leather cover on it. Is this not one of the nicest notebooks? It has like a cream color lined paper to it, which I prefer like a more bright white paper, but it's still okay. But look, it's the Walmart brand, this mint green. And then they have a couple other brands, like I think one is called, well, you know what, I'm not gonna guess. But anyways, you know the lines that they carry. Anyways, this is 7.375 by 9.75. So it's just a little bit bigger than like a Happy Planner Classic. So if you're looking for something that is, you know, large enough to capture a lot of notes in, but still very portable, this might be a good notebook for you. And like I said, it has like this really nice faux leather cover. And it says quality paper goods since 2005. Anyway, thought I would share that because I've been writing a lot of stuff to prep my videos in there. Budget workbook and a couple things. This is my original home and work edit planner. Love it. This is my newest one. This is an academic one. And somebody did ask, I need to catch up on the comments, but somebody did ask, does this have budget, planning sheets in here? And it doesn't, but that is something that I'm working on. The only thing that I wish I could specify with this planner and everything that I do is I wish I could request spiral binding. But I will say this, you can fold this back like any other, you know, notebook or book, planner, whatever. You can fold it back. It's still very, you know, usable and writer friendly. But the nice thing about this too is if you don't have a color printer or you just don't want to invest in the ink, you can literally, you know, carefully remove the pages with like an X-Acto knife, and then you can cut it perfectly. And if you have a paper cutter, which are so cheap, you can get a paper cutter anywhere. And you can then hole punch these for your binder or your happy planner, you know, whatever. So anyways, it's still a good deal. This one is 16. And this one is 12. I think I might have taken this one down, but I'm not sure. If anybody's still interested in this, I can put it back up. All right, so let's get into, all right, let's get into the June workbook. Open it up back here. I need to move it to the front because we're done with May. What I'd like to do is I would like to make an entire fiscal planner just with these workbooks. So I'm contemplating that. It wouldn't be that difficult to do. I have the template already created. I would just have to work on the covers and the, you know, kind of like personalizing each month, which I'm already doing that anyway. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. If you like, I mean, I would still keep the free printables every month, but if you would like something like that on, you know, eligible to purchase on the Amazon. All right, so let's get into why we're here. And I do have a cheat sheet, so I'm going to move this a little bit closer so we can talk about everything and then concentrate on variables. That is the task at hand. So yesterday we went through the fixed expenses, and I have 12 fixed expenses now that I got rid of Bank of America and I got rid of Ashley Furniture. So we're down to something that's becoming a little bit more manageable. If I had to choose literally anything else on my wish list, I wish that our mortgage was a little bit less expensive, but we are planning on refinancing if mortgage rates drop, or, you know, we never know. We might end up in a different house eventually. I don't know, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So as far as like the income, we have a payday on 6/1. We also have a payday on 6/12. We have a payday on 6/14. We have a payday on 6/28. And then we have a payday on 6/29. Now, I'm not going to insert the amounts because I like to have the cash in hand or actually deposited in our checking before I count it. You know, like that old adage, don't count your chickens before your eggs hatch or something. I don't know. So I will input the amounts either later in the month or as I do my paycheck budgets. So the first one is my husband's reduced retirement, and it was because he was too young to take full retirement, but he is still working. So, and then this one is commission. So that's going to be on or about the 12th. It's sometimes the 12th, sometimes the 13th. And then this is my pay number 1. And I'm curious to see what my actual pay is because I only have gotten one paycheck, which was last week with my new position, promotion, I guess. But it also had some back pay in there. So I'm curious to see what like the normal 2-week paycheck will be. All right, so we have that. And then my pay number 2. And unfortunately, this is not a month where we get an extra bonus pay, that extra Friday. So we just have the 2. And then his base pay. So those are our income dates. For variable expenses, we have the usuals. We have groceries. We have kind of a lot, actually. We have dog food. We have prescriptions. We have, I honestly thought I wrote this down somewhere. Hold on, I think that I wrote down a more in-depth list because I was like, oh, don't forget this and don't forget that. Let me see. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope that your budget is off to a good start for the new month. I've been planning June since May because we pay our bills a month ahead, but I know some of you do too. And I see some really interesting comments about some things that you guys do, some little tips and tricks that you guys do as far as paying things ahead, and I just think that's fascinating. So keep them coming if you have ideas that you want to share with me or with anybody else reading the comments. All right, we have gas. And then we have dining out. Okay. And let's see what else. Therapy, anxiety tax. That's just for me. We have household items. You know, like your typical Walmart runs. And then personal items, your shampoos, deodorants, soaps, shower gels, all that. We have miscellaneous, which really should be written last, but I'm at the end of my list. I need more space for variables. We have a bunch more, plus my subscriptions, so I need room for that too. I'm almost thinking that I need to redo this budget sheet, or I need to have this sheet itself be two-sided because I don't see enough room to capture everything. But basically what we do is we plan about $175 a week for groceries, and we multiply that by 4. So that's 700. So I'm gonna write that down. And I'm going to have to get more into the nitty-gritty because I have a lot more variables that I want to account for, or at least make available should they turn up. Like some of them, like birthday gifts, I've already taken care of that for the month of June. We took care of that out of May's pay, so I really don't need to write that down, but I would still like to have the categories available. Dog food, so I plan about $30 times 2. Oops, $30 times 4. So 120. Our X's, I'm going to put about 240. Now, these are subject to change. Of course, things happen. Maybe I would get another prescription, or maybe I would stop taking one, or these are for both my husband and myself. But these are obviously guesstimates. They're good guesstimates, but they're still guesstimates. Dining out, I'm going to put about $60 a week because we do go out. Now, if we had to cut, we could cut that. But I still like to have it in there. You know what I mean? Anxiety tax is $75 times 2. So that's going to be $150 for the month. A household, I'm going to say, I don't know, I'm going to say $300. Personal, I'm going to say, I don't know, $250. But as you can see, this could have some clothing in it, or maybe I need an entire category. And miscellaneous, I would like to have $200 a month. That would be $50 per week divided by 2 people. So it's only $25 when you think about it. So let's add these up and see where we're at. And then I can always add the rest. So some of the rest, I would say, can also fall under sinking funds. They don't necessarily need to be variables every month, like holidays or the vet. That could be a sinking fund. It used to be a sinking fund for me. Even birthdays, I could plan for that with a sinking fund. You know, it just depends. But let's add up what we have. So we have 700 plus 120, 240, 400, 240, 150, 300, 250, 200. So that's $2,600 in variables. So I'm going to write that down here. So let's add that to our fixed, because it's nice to have an idea of what this is all going to look like. 4013331. So right now we're looking at a necessary income, you know, to be comfortable and to take care of everything we need to take care of, fixed and variable, $6,733.31. So that does not include if we want to buy any type of, you know, I don't want to say expensive, but, you know, if we want to do any kind of real clothing shopping. It does not include gifts. It does not include any type of entertainment, not even going to see a movie, which we don't really do anyway, but I'm just saying it doesn't include any real extras. I mean, there are things in here we could cut. So technically, some of these things could be extra. Could I cut my therapy sessions? There's only 2, but could I cut them? Yes. Could I cut dining out at $240? That's what, $60 a week? Yeah, I could cut that. But you still want to live too. And I mean, I want to save, but I also don't want to be in the mindset that I was in a few years ago where it was like, if I had an extra dollar and I didn't put that on some kind of sinking fund or a credit card payment, I was really experiencing some severe anxiety about it. And I don't want to live like that. So we both work and we make basically just enough to cover our living expenses. And I'm good with that. I mean, we're not in any type of situation where we're paying for expensive hobbies. We're not in any type of situation where, you know, we owe any type of credit card debt. I got rid of the 2 offers that we had that were 0% interest. Those were planned purchases. We're in a good spot. I just, like I said, if I had anything on my wish list, even more than saving money right now, I just wish our mortgage wasn't so expensive. But again, for a lot of people, $1,867.96 isn't that much. I just have to keep in mind that our mortgage isn't really $1,867.96. It's also $148.98 for homeowners insurance, and it's also $350. So at the end of the day, our mortgage is $2,366.94. That's kind of a lot for me. I mean, especially from what we came from, what our payment was before, and when we had purchased our house, our interest rate was so incredibly low. So it's just a difference, but it was a choice, and it was the right choice. Even though it's taking up a lot more of our income, it was still the right choice. So I think somebody had mentioned before when I was talking about this that our mortgage payment still didn't exceed, I don't know if they said 30 or 40% of our income. And I guess that's kind of like a gold standard to go by. You don't want your mortgage payment to exceed that, because then you kind of get into tricky territory, and you risk maybe not being able to meet all of your expenses, or you're just cutting it too close, I guess. And maybe that's also the number that the bank uses, because they also do your debt to income ratio, and I know that comes into play when their underwriters start taking a hard look at your financial situation. So that is a valid point. So I guess we're still in the clear there, and we're still doing okay. But we all have wishes, and we all wish our bills were lower. I mean, that's just what it boils down to. But yeah, we're okay. So that's it for now. As far as savings and sinking funds go, I'm going to be setting those up, and I do have some cash that I want to put into them. And this has been going on for a while. I've been stashing away some cash like I used to for cash envelopes and things like that. So I'm going to get back into that. And rather than put everything in the savings, I would like to start to see some cash savings too. Just psychologically, I like to see that, and it makes me feel like I'm really doing something. Sometimes when everything is completely digital and you get paid electronically, you pay your bills electronically, you pay for all your extras electronically, it's almost like you never see the money. I mean, obviously you do. It's just a different way of doing things. So I do like dealing in cash as well. And also here, this is my receipt section. So this will be filled out at the end of the month, as well as this total monthly expenses. This portion will also be filled out at the end of the month when I do my recap, or actually at the beginning of July. So that's it. That is what everything is looking like. So I hope you enjoyed this explanation. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I've been doing kind of like mirrored videos over on TikTok. So they're a lot more succinct and quick and to the point, because they have to be, because even when I try to pare things down, the videos still run like 5 minutes, and that's ridiculous. I think I have a retention rate or a viewing rate of like 2 seconds on my videos. So yeah, obviously I'm not doing something right, but I'm still trying to learn, and I'm still trying to get used to the differences in making videos. But yeah, so thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, thoughts, whatever, criticisms, helpful hints, fun quotes, inspirational quotes, leave them down in the comments. I will get back to everybody very soon. And I hope your week is off to a good start, as well as your month. And thank you for being here. It means more to me than you know.